Welcome back to the Explainer. So, if you're a focused learner ready to map out the exact architecture of modern graphical interfaces, well, you are definitely in the right place. Picture a sleek, dark mode, highly responsive touch panel. Today, we're literally stripping away the chassis to look at the exact hardware and software blueprint that makes designing interactive embedded systems possible. We're talking specifically about the human-machine interface, or HMI, driven by the ESP32 microcontroller. Let's get right into it. All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the human-machine interface, then traditional versus touch interfaces, powering the visuals with the ILI 9341, how they talk using the SPI protocol, the anatomy of a touch, and finally, building your own HMI. Jumping right into Section 1, the human-machine interface, and its foundational concepts. So what exactly is it? Put simply, an HMI is that essential bridge between us, the human operators, and the complex machinery we're trying to control. It's literally the gateway that translates our physical intent right into digital action. Whether that's visual monitoring through a rich display or tactile control through touch inputs, the HMI is how we understand what a machine is doing and how that machine understands what we want it to do. Moving on to Section 2, traditional versus touch, and the evolution of these interfaces. Think about the dramatic contrast between the old and the new here. In traditional interfaces, you had physical push buttons, toggle switches, and basic LED indicators. And what you don't realize just looking at the front is the massive headache behind that physical panel, the crazy wiring complexity, and absolutely zero scalability. But modern HMI touch interfaces, they're completely software-defined. Updating a control layout is as easy as pushing a software update over the air. Honestly, no drills or soldering irons required. All right, Section 3, powering the visuals with the ILI 9341 TFT display. Listen, if you're going to build one of these software-defined interfaces for a project, you need a display that really punches above its weight. Enter the ILI 9341 TFT display. This thing gives you a super crisp 320 by 240 QVGA resolution, pumping out 65,000 colors, thanks to its 16-bit color depth. And crucially, it has a built-in resistive touch layer for direct coordinate detection. It runs on a low-power 3.3-volt setup, which is absolutely perfect for battery-powered rigs. The best part, though? It uses a high-speed SPI, or serial peripheral interface, meaning you only need 4 signal lines to hook it up to your microcontroller. But having a great screen is really just half the battle, right? Which brings us to a pretty big question. How exactly does an ESP32 microcontroller reliably control tens of thousands of pixels and constantly monitor for touch inputs at the exact same time without completely lagging out? That brings us to Section 4, the SPI protocol and master/slave communications. Think of the ESP32 as the master conductor of an orchestra. It dictates the tempo using the serial clock, or SCK line. Then it activates the display using the chip select, or CS line. Once that's live, data flows incredibly fast from the ESP32 to the display over the MOSI line. That's master out, slave in. At the same time, it can listen for data coming back over the MISO line, master in, slave out. It's just 4 highly efficient signal lines, perfectly orchestrating every single pixel you see. Let's dive deeper in Section 5, Anatomy of a Touch, exploring this high-speed journey. Okay, this is where it gets really cool. It's a thrilling, split-second micro-journey. Step 1, you physically touch the resistive layer on the screen. Step 2, the hardware instantly translates that physical pressure into mapped X and Y coordinates. Step 3, the ESP32 reads those exact coordinates via SPI, triggering an immediate interrupt-driven response. Step 4, the microcontroller maps that location to your specific UI elements to actually execute a command, like, say, turning on a smart light. And finally, Step 5, the ESP32 updates the display state, rendering the new GUI. This entire 5-step process, it happens in a fraction of a millisecond, literally faster than you can even blink. The main takeaway here is that this closed-loop architecture between the touch coordinate detection, the ESP32 processing, and the SPI rendering is what ensures a flawlessly responsive, real-time interaction every single time you tap that screen. It is just a continuous, unbroken loop of feedback and control. Now for our final part, Section 6, Building Your Own HMI and its Industrial Applications. Now, this technology isn't just for hobbyists tinkering in a garage. These exact same HMI principles are trusted across massive consumer industries. Just think about everyday ATM machines. They rely entirely on secure, touch-guided graphical interfaces to process complex banking transactions reliably day in and day out. We're also seeing these dynamic panels completely replace physical dials and readouts on critical medical diagnostic devices. Patient monitors in hospitals use this robust HMI technology to give doctors and nurses real-time, highly legible visual feedback and control, especially when every single second counts. And it doesn't stop there. Modern vehicles' dashboards use these exact same high-speed graphical updates. Those complex infotainment and instrument clusters in your car, they rely on robust microcontrollers, speaking to high-resolution displays to keep you informed, entertained, and above all, safe on the road. So, bringing it right back down to earth and to what you will actually be building. In your upcoming hands-on lab, you are going to take your ESP32 dev kit and your ILI 9341 module, and by using libraries like Adafruit_ILI 9341 and Adafruit_GFX, you're going to construct this exact smart home control panel simulation. You will be implementing the touch buttons, programming the status indicators, and writing all the device control logic completely from scratch. You've seen the hardware specs, you've mapped out the SPI communication lines, and you understand the closed-loop logic that makes all of this tick. The line between high-end consumer technology and DIY embedded engineering is practically non-existent now. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you know the anatomy of a touch interface, what physical buttons in your life are you ready to replace? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Go grab your dev kits, and I'll see you in the lab.